A break-in at the Brawley home and the standoff at the church at 5.
Nigel, is my brown suit cleaned and pressed?
Yes, sir.
Get me a shirt and tie to match.
Yes, sir.
And while I'm taking a shower, call Dave and tell him he's going to drive me to a wedding and I'm late already.
But they weren't to have released you from the hospital so soon.
They didn't. I released myself.
But, sir, you shouldn't be out in your condition.
Nigel, I never felt better in my life, and you're going to feel worse. You don't know how to get dressed for this wedding. Now move it.
All right, Steve. I've made a decision. And I hope you understand this. Now, reading your journal may seem like an invasion of your privacy, but I am going to try and get through to you. Your feelings in your words. Now, I'm just going to try and help. Okay? I've never kept a journal before. Words don't come easy for me like they do for Max. Maybe that's because the feelings behind them haven't been as strong. That is, until now. Today, something happened to me. Don't ask me how, but I know that it's going to change my life forever.
What is she doing here?
Hey, what's the matter? Who's that?
Nobody. Don't worry about it, Wade. Just relax.
Isn't Mary Lynn an absolutely beautiful bride?
Almost as beautiful as you when you married me.
And Wade is almost as handsome as you on that day.
She was the most beautiful woman that I have ever seen. Just off a plane from Buenos Aires and looking a little lost.
You say you do have a number for Max Holden.
Yes, but it's unpublished. We're not allowed to give it out. I can't help you.
Thanks a lot.
Hey! Oh, stop! You got my bag! What are you doing? Come back here! Stop! Pete! Pete, come back!
Hey, hold it!
Come on your feet, buddy. What do you think you're doing, man?
Stole my bag.
Oh, the dame's nuts. It's my bag.
Look, I've got a ticket to prove it.
I recognize this character. He's done this before.
And the numbers, they match.
Yeah, they sure do. Here's your bag back. All right, I'll take care of this guy.
It was just a simple...
Come on, yeah. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. He stole the bag while I was on the phone. Well, welcome to America.
You're from England, right?
No, South America, but I studied in England, which is where I got the accent from. So if you excuse me now, I have to get to my hotel.
You wouldn't happen to be going to the Vernon Inn by chance. I could take you there. I work there. I'll drop you off, unless you've got other transportation.
I'm staying at the Waterside Inn. I hear it's slightly cheaper.
Yeah, it is, but it's a nice place. I stayed there myself when I first came to town.
Well, thank you again for your help and for your offer, but I think I'll take a cab.
Look, the Waterside isn't that far out of my way.
I really have a lot to think about.
Oh, okay.
Please.
I'm sorry, wait, I'm sorry I've been so aggressive, but I wanted to make up for the impression that other guy made on you. We're not all like that.
Well, you know, I've met a few Americans in my life, and my impression has always been mixed. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
You remember this? The whole drive back to town, I could barely concentrate on the road. Steve, she was unlike any woman I've ever met. She was delicate, fragile, but she has an inner strength, a determination. In the space of a few hours, I knew I'd just met the woman I'm going to marry.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered today in the sight of God and this company to join Mary Lynn and Wade in the bonds of holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted among men and women and sanctified by our Lord. It is therefore not to be lightly entered into, but with mutual respect and love for one another. Who gives this woman to be married?
I do.
Mary Lynn, Wade, you stand before your families and friends to pledge your love. If marriage is a sacrament, it is also, in these troubled times, an act of courage. Nowadays, we love and cease to love with no more thought than we give to trading in one car for a newer, shinier model. Today, you take exception to that. Today, you are the exception. May the love you pledge today sustain you through all the days that lie ahead. Days of sorrow and of joy. Days of darkness and of light. And may you, in your loving, teach us all to dream and hope and love anew. Wade, do you take Mary Lynn to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, honor, and cherish her, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others till death do you part?
I do.
Mary Lynn, do you take Wade to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love, honor, and cherish him, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others till death do you part?
I do.
Be there anyone who knows any reason why Mary Lynn and Wade should not be joined in marriage, may he speak now or forever hold his peace. May I have the rings? Wade, will you repeat after me? With this ring I thee wed, and do endow with all my worldly goods and all my love.
With this ring, I thee wed, and do endow with all my worldly goods and all my love.
Mary Lynn, will you repeat after me? With this ring I thee wed, and do endow with all my worldly goods and all my love.
With this ring I thee wed, and do endow with all my worldly goods and all my love.
I do now pronounce you husband and wife. What God has joined together, let no man put asunder.
Your daughter never looked so beautiful.
She's your daughter now, and I've gained a son.
Thank you, Reverend.
Yes, thank you very much.
Nothing but joy to you both, Mr. and Mrs. Coleman.
Mr. and Mrs.
We did it. It's not a dream anymore. It's done.
Oh.
All right. She loves me. She doesn't know it yet. When we walk in the park with little Al, there's no one else in the world, just the three of us. It doesn't matter to me that the baby belongs to Max. I couldn't love Al more if he were my son. If only Gabrielle will give me the chance. She's a rancher's daughter. We could build a paradise out west, have kids of our own, at home where nothing could ever come between us.
How are things going?
Oh, Dr. Warlick, yes, fine. I was just reading in some books that belong to Steve, trying out my theory.
Yeah. Any luck?
Well, it's a little too early to know, but it's certainly worth trying, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know how I was gonna feel about this. I didn't know how it would affect me, but I feel like I'm getting close to Steve, and that's real nice.
Well, I wish all our nurses were as empathetic as you are.
Excuse me, Larry, may we come in?
Oh, Ray, yes, certainly, come on.
Thanks. You know Detective Johnson from
No,
Arizona?
I don't believe we met. How you do? You both know...
Brenda McGillis.
Yes, that's
We
right.
met at Gabrielle's place.
That's right. How are you doing, Detective Johnson?
I was hoping to find Max and Gabrielle. I want to ask them a few questions. Are they around?
Oh, I hope not. I sent them off to the wedding. I thought it'd be good to get their minds off the troubles.
Well, I think they followed your advice. I saw the two of them leave together a little while ago.
Together?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least we know where to find them. You think we might intrude for a minute?
That's no problem. The wedding's at Landfair.
Isn't that Clint and Vicky Buchanan's place?
You know them?
Well, back in Valhalla, everybody knows the Buchanans. They're nice people.
You know, they're also my cousins, so if you want to stop by to talk to Max and Gabrielle, I'm sure Vicky and Clint wouldn't mind.
Well, let's do it. All right. Dr. Waller?
Nice to meet you, Detective.
Miss McGillis?
Yes. So long.
Take care.
See you, Ray.
Boy, that Detective Johnson sure is a determined policeman, isn't he?
Yeah, he seems like it. Kind of always gets his man.
Yeah, right.
Wade, congratulations.
Thank you. Glad you made it.
I wouldn't miss it, as long as I get to kiss the bride.
You better.
Tom.
Nice to see you, Max.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Roberta, good to see you.
May you always be as happy as you are today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Clint.
Today is only the beginning, and we have both of you to thank for it.
Oh, no, it was our pleasure. Besides, all we did was provide the setting. It was your love that made this day possible.
I'll certainly second that.
Tom, you must be very, very proud.
I am, Vicky. Very.
Do we get to kiss the bride?
Yeah.
Shake the hand of the lucky groom.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, Gilbert.
Wanda said to tell you, as a special gift to the newlyweds, you're entitled to free Heavenly Halo burgers for a year.
Oh, wait, take back the toaster. I think we could use that. Thanks. Mwah.
Woo-hoo, everybody. Enjoy. There's delicious food in the library and some snappy dancing out here afterwards.
Oh, did you hear that? Want to save a dance for me?
Well, yeah, I'm not much of a dancer, really, Tina.
Oh, that's okay. I'll lead. What do you say we go congratulate the happy couple?
No, why don't you go ahead, okay? I'll catch up with them later, once Renee's gone. I don't want to ruin today.
Oh, okay.
I thought you told your daughter to stay home.
I can always depend on Joanna to listen to every word of advice that I give, and then do precisely the opposite.
Don't look so scornful, Daddy. I saw no reason to sit at home and let you and Elizabeth have all the fun.
It's quite all right, my dear. I'm sure you're welcome.
No doubt the Buchanans are gracious hosts, but they may also prove to be valued business acquaintances. Do I make myself clear?
As always. Don't worry, Daddy. I won't make a scene. Rob, I thought she was going back to London.
So did I. But it's even stranger that her father is here.
What is he doing here?
I don't know. But as soon as I get Joanna alone, I'm sure as hell gonna find out.
Well, as you realize, tradition dictates that the bride and groom dance first, otherwise the rest of us cannot dance. Okay, come along, huh?
Right. I have it.
Go.
Lord, Mrs. Buchanan, you could feed a whole bunkhouse with all this food.
You've never seen Joey eat. Come on, guys, let's finish this off, and then we'll be back for seconds. Thirds.
Joey, you were terrific today.
Victoria, it looks wonderful.
It does.
Well, please, help yourselves. Here.
Poor Wanda. I'm sure she's a big help to her aunt in Cincinnati, but she's missing quite a party.
We'll save her a piece of wedding cake, all right?
If the newlyweds ever stop dancing long enough to cut it, they're surely pretty happy out there.
And they have to stay that way. I cannot do this again.
Having fun?
This is a lovely wedding, Tina. You and Vicky should be very proud.
Yeah, you know, I'll be happier and prouder of my own. Yeah, I've had a lot of practice. Maybe next time I'll even get it right.
Well, Dave, it looks like we missed the ceremony, but thank goodness we're in time for the party. Lady, what in blue blazes are you doing here?
I always wanted to live in a grand hotel, so I went to work in one for practically nothing. That was when I discovered Suave. When I made it to...
You heard me. What are you doing here?
Okay, come on, Renee. Now, don't start anything.
I beg your pardon. I helped to arrange this marriage for Mary Lynn Wade. I think I have a right to be here as much as anyone else.
Hey, so what are you doing? You're supposed to be in the hospital. Dave, you know better than to bring him here.
You leave Dave alone. I told him to bring me here.
Well, fine. I'm telling him right now to take you back.
Leave it be, Bo. I asked you a question, lady, and I want an answer. What are you doing in Landview?
I didn't know that you personally owned this town. I feel that I'm free to come and go as I wish.
Not with my money in your pocket, lady.
Asa, please. This is Mary Lynn and Wade's big day.
I know what day it is. I also know I gave this woman enough money to start a new life in a brand new town. Trouble is, she kept the money and stayed here. I want to know why.
Asa, perhaps I ought to refresh your memory. I chose not to be bought out. That's why I sent the money back to you.
Oh, sure you did, lady.
Now, come on now, Paul. Let's just stop this right now.
Perhaps Dave remembers. Dave?
Well, it's true, Asa. I brought the money back to the mansion, and I gave it to Bo.
You gave it to Bo?
The money is at your house, Pa. It's safe and sound.
Where? I've been through that safe 100 times, lady. I haven't seen the money.
I put it in a certain place. I didn't want this woman to hurt you anymore. So I hid it away. If I was wrong, I'm sorry. I was just trying to protect you.
Damn it, why is this family always trying to protect me?
Because maybe you act like you need protection.
Hey, what the hell's the matter with you? Now, this is not the place for a family fight. Asa, you're here for a wedding. Why don't you try to enjoy the spirit, get into it, huh?
Asa, how about a dance? Your grandson here tells me he has 2 left feet.
Excuse me.
That's nice, kids. Watch us. You'll learn a little bit.
Mr. Buchanan, I thought you were in the hospital.
You didn't think I'd miss your wedding, did you? Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm awful glad you came, sir.
Don't listen to him. You two are the best-looking couple on the dance floor.
Well, I tell you, I gotta admit that. And you're gonna be the best-looking couple on your honeymoon.
Well, maybe our second honeymoon. We can't do it. We gotta stay behind and decorate the new apartment.
Wade, what kind of a romantic are you?
Oh, well, that's all right. We don't need a honeymoon.
Mary Lynn, that is positively un-American. I'm glad I took care of that. Dave, over here.
Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Coleman. Hope you'll enjoy the flight.
What do you mean, flight?
Oh, I didn't mention that. Dave is going to fly to the hotel I have in Barbados.
Well, I'll be seeing you on the plane.
You two better talk. You're going to have to leave in a few hours. What are you going to say?
Mr. Buchanan, say something.
Asa, I think that means they accept.
Good. Have a wonderful time. Thanks. Sarah, Kelly?
Mr. Buchanan, you're my dress. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Have a good time.
Thanks.
Well, Asa, that's quite a gesture. But then you always did go in for theatrics.
Well, I take that as a compliment, Elizabeth. Have you met Sarah Gordon?
How do you do, Mrs. Sanders?
Hello, my dear. A word of warning. You must watch out for this charmer on the slower dances.
Liz, now don't tell all my secrets. Who was your date?
Oh, Asa Buchanan, Sarah Gordon. May I present Lord Henry Leighton?
Henry, to my friends.
How do you do?
My pleasure, Miss Gordon. Mr. Buchanan, my word, I've heard quite a lot about you.
Call me Asa. That's quite a coup, having a lord as your escort, Elizabeth. You must be feeling your oats again now that you're back in the saddle at Sanders Chemical.
Bo told you?
Well, let's say I found out. I don't worry about it, though. Bo is going to keep a sharp eye on you.
I have no doubt. Oh, would you excuse us? I want to introduce Henry to Clint and Vicky.
We're excused.
He seemed almost human. I expected more of a tiger.
Yes, well, the tiger has been tamed lately. Vicky, what a lovely affair.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
May I present an old friend, Lord Henry Leighton, Victoria, and Clint Buchanan, our hosts.
So kind of you to include me in this happy occasion.
Lord Henry, we're honored to have you with us.
Oh, Clint, he prefers being called Henry, and since he's going to be my house guest for a while, perhaps later on we can all get better acquainted.
Elizabeth tells me we've something in common. The communications business.
Oh, well, if you're referring to the banner, yes. My family has published it for over 50 years.
I'd be most interested in seeing the operation, if you've no objections.
No, you're welcome to a tour anytime. You should also speak to Tom Dennison. He's the father of the bride.
Tom runs WVLE, the local television station.
I'll do that. But at the moment, he seems to have a much more pleasant assignment.
Well, I've always dreamed of dancing at your wedding.
Well, tell me, is it as nice as you imagined?
Better. And is it all you hope for?
Oh, it's more. A honeymoon in Barbados. Dad, if I'm dreaming, please do not wake me.
Why, there's Rafe. And an old friend from Arizona. Elizabeth, Lord Henry, would you excuse us, please? I do hope we'll talk later. Rafe, Dan Johnson, how delightful to see you here.
It's nice to see you again, Miss Buchanan.
Hi, Rafe.
Hiya, Vicky.
Dan, you still on the force?
I'm afraid I'm getting too old to change, Mr. B.
Yeah, Detective Johnson is following up on Steve's case. I hope you don't mind that I brought him by here.
No, of course not. Has there been any progress?
Not yet. But I feel confident that we'll get a break soon.
Don't look now, but guess who just walked in?
Gabrielle.
I said don't look. It was Detective Johnson, and he's watching us.
So what? We've got nothing to hide.
Well, I know that, and you know that. Why doesn't he?
Would you stop this paranoia? Johnson's trying to find Steve's attacker. That's what matters, right?
What are you talking about? We made a fine bear in the courtroom. Aren't you just the least bit tempted to get back in a three-piece suit full-time?
Well, thanks, Herb, but I think I'll stick to my trench coat.
Well, the offer still stands. Anytime you want a job, there's one waiting for you in the DA's office.
Well, Joanna, I thought you were going back to London.
My plans changed unexpectedly.
So you're going to be staying in Lambview a little longer.
Perhaps. I rarely know what I'm going to do until I do it. Would you excuse me?
I thought you promised you were sending her back to London.
I am. Just give me a little bit more time.
Robert, Cassie, this is so awkward. Believe me, I had no idea that you'd be here.
Oh, I know the feeling.
The question is, Joanna, what are you doing here?
Well, my father and I are house guests of Elizabeth Sanders, and she invited us to join her. But if I'd known you, I'd have stayed at home. I wouldn't want to upset you, Cassie.
Who's upset? I'm just surprised.
Are you feeling better now after the accident?
Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry, Joanna. I don't mean to be rude.
Not at all. We may not be friends, Cassie, but I hope you know that I'm not your enemy. Besides, who could be hostile today? It's a storybook wedding, isn't it? Robert. Excuse me.
Well, I guess I shouldn't be so judgmental of people. She's not that bad after all.
The magic is here. The magic of Mickey and his friends.
Asa, you're a wonderful dancer.
Well, thank you, ma'am. You're not so bad yourself. You're almost too good for my grandson. You like him a lot, don't you, Sarah?
Very much.
I'm glad to hear that. If he doesn't recognize you for the jewel you are, you let me know you're here.
You'll be the first to know. Now, if I don't get you off this dance floor, your doctor's going to kill me.
I tell you, I thought you two were going to run off together for a while there.
I tried and failed. The heart belongs to somebody else.
Well, it's a good thing Sarah brought you off the floor. We were just about ready to come get you and drag you home.
Why? I'm just starting to warm up.
Hey, Sat, now come on, don't argue here. Dave's already waiting outside the car.
Oh, fine, I'll go, but I'm not going without Bo till I find out what happened to my missing money.
Bo, is it my imagination, or have you not yet asked me to dance?
I'm still nursing this, Tina.
You know, if I didn't know better, I'd think you didn't want to be seen with me.
Whoa. Your father really needs to go home, but he says he won't leave without you.
Okay, that's perfect timing, Vicky. I was just gonna go get him. I'm sorry.
Okie dokie, everybody into the library. The bride is gonna throw her bouquet and the groom the garter. Come along.
Come on, Paul, let's make tracks.
Not yet. I want to see who catches this thing.
Ready when you are, Wade? Let it go.
Okay, gentlemen. May this bring you as much luck as it brought me. Drum roll.
Oh, what a catch.
Yeah, today is my lucky day. You know? Listen, I'm gonna have to be going, okay? So I'll see you later.
Okay.
You ready, Pa?
Ready?
Tina, listen, if you're trying to use my Uncle Bo to make me jealous, girl, it's not gonna work.
Kurt, I'm not trying to make you jealous. I like Bo. I mean, I really like him. Unlike the other men I've known in my life, he appreciates me.
Okay, ladies, your turn. Come on. Gather around.
Well, I may as well give it a shot, even though I already am practically a married woman. But a little extra luck never hurt.
Go get him.
Love these rituals, don't you?
Okay, Marilyn, let it fly.
Okay, girls,
Ready.
go for it.
All right.
Woo! Hey, whoa!
I was hoping to catch you both here.
Catch us?
What is it you want, Detective? I want to know if you had any more thoughts about that list I showed you.
The same one I had from the very beginning. Why are we on that list?
I tried to explain that just because a person's name appears on the list does not mean they're under suspicion. I'm just trying to put the pieces of this puzzle together.
What pieces?
I understand your brother was about to begin adoption proceedings for your son, Al. Is that true?
What if it is? That's got nothing to do with your investigation.
I told you, Max. Detective Johnson is, running some sort of witch hunt here.
That's not true. But I do have to follow up every bit of information. There's no telling where it may lead.
Yeah, what Detective Johnson is trying to say...
I know what he's trying to say. Gabrielle's right. You think we're suspects.
Mr. Holden, there are many motives for murder. But when a comatose patient's life support equipment is turned off, it's usually a member of the family that's responsible.
Damn it, you accusing me of trying to kill my
easy,
brother?
Max,
no,
easy.
no, hold on!
Easy.
I thought this guy was on the level. I thought he was trying to find the killer. Now he's getting way out of line.
I'm sorry you feel that way. But I thought we were all after the same thing, to find out who it was who tried to kill your brother. Rafe, I think I better go.
Max, I want you to stay cool about this.
Fine, you get the hell out of my face.
Now do you think I'm being paranoid?
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Well, I think I'd like to go home. Would you please take me?
For the love of God, don't you listen to what I tell you? I cannot be alone with you. I mean it.
Can't you see that Detective Johnson is getting very suspicious? If we start to avoid each other now, no telling what he'll start thinking.
I don't give a damn what he thinks. You can ride home with Cord or someone else here. I'm going to go to the hospital and see Steve. I'm going to keep my eyes open. I'm going to stay there all night. And if you get any bright ideas to come visit, you call first. Do you understand?
Max, come.
Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, I understand.
Good.
In case you've forgotten, when Renee sent this money back with Dave, you were still very much under the influence of that drug that she'd slipped you. So was I so wrong to want to wait until you were stronger?
No, Bo, I understand this. But what I don't understand, Bo, is why is Renee still in town when she knows it is over between us?
You're asking me? I gave up trying to read that woman the first day I met her.
You're the one who told me you could see right through her.
Well, yeah, but what I meant by that...
She gave the money back, 100,000. You were wrong about that. You said she can't be as broke as you thought.
Well, maybe she's got something squirreled away in Switzerland. I wouldn't put that past her.
Will you do me a favor? When you want to do me a favor, do me a favor. Don't. Now, this is my house, Bo. I want to know everything that goes on here. Now, is that clear, son?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I was just trying to think and do what I thought was best for you.
Well, don't be long, big boy.
I was just going to say goodbye to Herb, you know.
Hurry back.
You don't waste any time, do you, Auntie?
What do you mean?
Don't be long, big boy. Hurry back.
We are good friends, and if it turns into anything more than that, it will be his decision as much as mine.
Well, that's great. Really. And since you have John eating out of the palm of your hand right now, will you please do me a favor and tell him to butt out?
I don't know who you're angry at, but...
Joanna Layton, as if you don't know. Now, despite what John claims, I know that he is the one that brought her here to Lambview. It was his idea.
Look, I'm sure Joanna Layton makes her own decisions, and even if John did have something to do with her coming here, he just did it to help you.
To help me? By bringing Rob's fiancé to Lambview? Thank you. I can do without that kind of help.
Hey, what's the problem here? I thought this day was supposed to belong to Mary Lynn and Wade.
Cassie seems to think that we're conspiring to ruin her life.
Hey, don't flatter yourselves. Rob and I are going to have a great life together, despite both the tricks that you both pulled on me.
Well,
Except, now that I see the two of you together, I think you guys are really perfect for each other.
You know, if you and Rob are so happy, how come you're coming down hard on us?
Good question.
I felt really bad when I heard that Rob had punched you out. But now I really don't think he went far enough.
All right.
Here they are.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to run the gauntlet?
Stick with me, babe. Next stop, Barbados.
Yeah!
God bless you.
Oh, my. Didn't they look happy, Cassie? Made all the work worthwhile.
Yeah, it sure did. Have you seen Rob?
No, I haven't, but you probably should try the terrace. I find that at moments like this, men like to get as far away as they possibly can, as if it's going to save them.
You're right.
Robert, I thought they were throwing confetti and rice and things. Shouldn't you be joining in?
I would, if I didn't have something more important to take care of.
I should find my father and Elizabeth are probably ready to go.
Joanna, it won't work. All those sweet words and smiles you gave Cassie, she may have bought your act, but I don't.
What act? Robert, what are you saying?
Oh, come on, Joanna, I want the truth. You didn't just crash this wedding. You brought your father in for reinforcements. Why? Did you think that he could use his muscle to get me back?
I told you the truth, and I'm sorry if you can't accept it. Look, I truly didn't know I'd run into you here. Do you think I enjoy punishing myself seeing you with Cassie?
No crocodile tears, please.
You think you know me so well. Tough old Joanna, nothing gets to her, right? Well, you're wrong, Robert. You got to me in a way that no one else ever has or ever will. I wish you would believe me. Goodbye, Robert.
Joanna, wait. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. You know, this is probably the last time I'll ever see you. After everything we've shared, I'd hate for it to end in such a bitter note.
I guess there's no easy way to say goodbye.
No. But we owe each other a little tenderness, for old time's sake. Goodbye, Robert. I hope she makes you very happy.
Cassie,
Cassie, I'm so sorry. I was just going.
No. Not on my account. It's obvious the two of you want to spend some time together. I'll make it easy for you.
Cassie, wait! It's not what you think!
Is this your idea of summer?
So here you are. You know, people are having such a wonderful time, they don't want to go home.
Oh.
You should be very proud of yourself.
Oh, I am proud. And I'm happy. And I'm exhausted.
You don't show it.
Oh.
You look as lovely and fresh as the bride herself.
I think that moonlight, not diamonds, is a girl's best friend.
The moonlight has nothing to do with it. It's just you.
Is it?
Yes, ma'am. It's definitely you.
Don't laugh at me, okay? But I feel like a bride myself tonight.
So who's laughing?
In fact, I've had such a wonderful time. It's given me a brilliant idea.
Me too.
That was not my idea.
No? You show me your idea and I'll show you mine.
When the guests leave later. I think we have to go back inside to them now.
Not yet. Why waste this beautiful moonlight? Mrs. B. May I have this dance?
But out here, just us?
No, just us.
Mixed emotions today. I'm flying back to Arizona to sell the ranch. In some ways, it's the end of a dream. The dream I had of building a life out west with Gabrielle and Al. But if selling it and moving back to Landview can save my marriage, then it's worth it. No matter what's happened in the past, I'm not giving up. I'm determined to make my marriage work. Hi, I didn't see you come in.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just finishing up here.
What you finishing?
I was just doing a little bit of reading to Steve.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have any effect?
Yeah? On me?
Oh.
I feel like I'm getting a lot closer to him, and I think that that's going to make the possibility of getting through to him a lot easier. But whether or not he hears anything or feels anything, I don't know.
Listen, you've been here a long time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, this is what I do. I don't know your brother, Steve, but I have this feeling that he's a very fine man.
It's the best. Listen, why don't you go home and get some sleep? I'll sit with him now.
Okay. Max, I was wondering, is it okay if I come back and see Steve again?
Sure. I hate you to spend your whole vacation in a hospital.
No. Once a nurse, always a nurse. And anyway, there's not really any other place I'd rather be, so I'll come back. Bye.
Bye, thanks again.
Not once, but twice. Now, it's bad enough that I first caught you with your arms around her. That I could deal with, but
If you would just let me explain.
there's nothing to explain. I saw you standing there kissing your precious Joanna.
It was all her doing, not mine.
Oh, please, Rob. It takes 4 lips to pucker. Yours and hers.
Is it my fault that she wanted to kiss me goodbye? She practically flung herself at me.
Well, why didn't you just fling her off? You know, I may not know that much about British royalty, but I do know that guys don't keep getting kissed unless they ask for it.
For the last time, I was trying to be gentle with Joanna. She was about to leave and never see me again. I was supposed to push her off or maybe kick her too for good measure.
Frankly, Rob, I don't give a damn.
Cassie, come back. You can't leave it like this.
I'm tired and I'm going to bed alone.
Cassie!
Introducing